Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Brother Reynolds Field here on the campus of Salve Regina University in beautiful and historic Newport, Rhode Island for this Commonwealth Coast Conference baseball playoff matchup between Salve Regina University and Gordon College. A win or go home matchup between these two teams. The Seahawks fell here yesterday 9-1 versus Nichols. The Scots were in a battle with Endicott. 2-1 was the score heading into the seventh, and then they let up 12 runs in the bottom of that frame to lose 14-1. On the mound for Salve Regina, it will be the freshman Zach Lopez from New Canaan, Connecticut, getting the start on the hill for Salve, and he'll be opposed by a senior, Derek Hudson, the lefty from Hudson, New Hampshire, on the mound for Gordon. Hello again and welcome. I am Andrew Pizzelli, bringing you the call here this afternoon. I'd like to welcome into the broadcast my good friend Ryan Costa. Ryan, how are we doing, and what do you think about this matchup here this afternoon?
Well, good to be here, Andrew. And the Seahawks looked to the freshman earlier today to try to keep the season going. It's going to be all eyes on him. We'll see how far he can go. And if you recall, yesterday we were talking about, hey, maybe it's beneficial if you can keep the pitch count low and try to keep your pitchers in the game. Well, it changes here today because there is no tomorrow. If you got a guy who's throwing well, you got to keep him in and play your best baseball.
First pitch swinging is Daniel Quint, and he lifts it to center field to Zach Barlock. And there's one away for the Scots. Lopez on the mound, catch behind the plate. O'Malley, Ciesco, Ward, and Cicada, the infield. DeFusco, Barlock, and Smith, CCC Player of the Year in the outfield for Salve Regina. That pitch inside, count 2-0 now on Lagerfeld. 2-0 pitch, hit hard in the air, back at the fence, and that is gone! A solo home run for Lagerfeld. Deja vu for the Seahawks. It's 1-0 Gordon.
Yeah, Lagerfeld watches two balls go past him. He's up on the count. You know he's going to get a good pitch, and he gets it right there. Pitch wasn't that high, but it was about right at the waist towards the inside half of the plate, and he just turns on this one and sends it into the bullpen for an early lead.
So two fly balls, one to center, caught by Barlock in the second. Hit into the vacant bullpen of the Seahawks. Good start for Gordon. 1-1 the count here to the outfielder Hodge. The pitch chopped on the ground too short. Madden Ward bobbles it for a second and then slings it on over to O'Malley. 2 outs now. Chris Levitt, senior from East Bridgewater, at the plate now. And he'll take a ball from Lopez.
Yeah, it's the third batter in a row that Lopez has fell behind the count in.
Levitt fans on that pitch, count 1-1. Pitch from Lopez. Popped up and out of play. Count 1-2, 2 outs. A 1-2. Knocked foul once again. Lopez kicks and deals the 1-2, up and in, ball 2. Count even 2-2. Levitt checks his swing. That one well outside. Count now full 3-2. Pitch from Lopez. Driven in the air to right field. Smith there to make the grab. And that ends the inning. But a solo home run for John Lagerfeld puts the Scots on the board. They lead 1-0. We head to the bottom of the first. Due up first, Salve, Ward, Ketch, and Zach Smith. We'll be back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field, bottom of the first inning. Gordon already leading 1-0 here in this game. Derek Hudson on the mound for the Scots. Tevin in behind the plate. Welsh, Lagerfeld, Hodge, and Quint the infield. Levitt, Willie, and Mack the outfield defensively for Gordon. Madden Ward will start things off here for Salve. And he will take a strike from Hudson. Seahawks want to get their bats off to a better start here today than they did yesterday. They were held in check for most of the game by Robert Cobb of Nichols. One hit through 8 innings. Ward fouls this one off, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, hopefully the Seahawks can be a little bit more selective on their pitches today, as Cobb was able to really not run up a high pitch count. And he could have gone the distance.
Count still 0-2. A strike and 2 foul balls. The lefty Hudson delivers the pitch. Chopped too short. Fielded there and then gunned over. Having to range for that one was Welsh. And he's able to hold the bag.
Yeah, Ward sees a breaking ball. There's 2 strikes on him. He's got to swing if it's close. It sure is. He sends it over towards the third base side. And what a great stretch by the first baseman, Welch, to record the out.
Dylan Ketch now will bat. Ketch was named a second team All-CCC catcher, his first season behind the dish. And he'll take a ball up high here. Ketch second on the team in average, batting .393. Takes this one outside, count 2-0. Ketch watches this one as well, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, another breaking ball from Hudson there.
.30 pitch. And that one catches the plate. Count 3-1. Ketch, I'm sure, was taking that one all the way. See what he wants to do here. Still a hitter's count, 3-1. Hudson delivers. Outside and a walk. Ketch will head on down to first. And now here comes Commonwealth Coast Conference Player of the Year, Zach Smith. Smith led the CCC in batting average and home runs. This year he leads the Seahawks in average, RBI, and runs. Works here with 1 out and 1 on, and he taps one through a gap into left field. And no play to be made there from Hodge, who just lobs it back into the infield. So a soft single for Smith, and the Seahawks have got 2 on with 1 away.
Yeah, Smith comes up, first pitch swinging, and he pulls it right in between the second baseman and the shortstop into the shallow grass. Just like that, the Seahawks have 2 on.
And now Sean O'Malley will bat. Seahawks with a good chance here already. 1 runner in scoring position. That's Ketch. O'Malley watches the first pitch fall in for a strike. Ketch will walk back to second very casually. No throw coming from Hudson. Pitch on the corner. Count 1-1. Hudson will step off for a moment. Count 1-1, 1 out. That one fouled off in towards the Seahawks dugout. Count 1-2 with 1 out. I've been hoping for some sun here today in Newport, but cloudy and cool. Does not feel like it's May 3rd.
Yeah, if we're trying to be optimistic, there is no wind here, but we do have showers in the forecast, so we'll see if we can squeeze this game in.
It's ruining my golf schedule. Been trying to get together with former Seahawk pitcher Josh Munson to go shoot 30 over par somewhere, but the weather will not cooperate.
Well, head coach Eric Sorella, I've seen him around the golf course up in Portsmouth.
He's a man that likes the links.
Certainly hit the driving range before.
So too does Seahawk Assistant Athletic Director Matt Finlayson. The officials are going over to talk to the table. I wonder if they don't know what the count is. We've got 2 on, 2-2 count with 1 out. And I think that's, at least from our vantage point, that seems to be what the conference was about. Ready to play now. Hudson delivers. O'Malley fouls this one off down the left field line. Count still 2-2 with one out. Hudson glances back at catch now, delivers home, and that skips away from the catcher. And so the runners advance on a wild pitch. It was still, the count was 2-2. I think that's where the confusion came.
Everybody's confused right now, but looks to be 3-2. Back in the box he goes. And this is a big payoff pitch with two runners in scoring position.
Count 3-2 with one out to O'Malley. He swings away and ground one's to second. Tossed on to first. That'll bring home a run. Catch comes in to score. Smith advances to third.
It looked as though there was a fastball just above the letters. Could have been ball four, but O'Malley swings at it and makes a productive out as he brings in the run home and moves another runner over to third base.
So the Seahawks tie the game. Count 1-0 now to Defusco. Already a much better start for the Seahawk bats than yesterday versus Nichols. Defusco hits this one in the air, but foul out onto Shepherd Ave. 1-1 the count now with two outs. Pitch from Hudson. On the outside, count 2-1. Chopped towards third, grabbed there, and a long throw, and they got him. By a step, Defusco gunned down by Quint over to first. That'll end the inning, but the Seahawks tie the game. We're knotted at one. We head to the top of the second. Welcome back to Brother Reynolds Field. Top of the second, game tied at 1. Lopez on the mound delivers to Sam Shedelik, and for a strike. The 0-1 down low, count 1-1. This one knocked in the air, but foul. The pitch does not get the strike call. Count 2-2. Lopez kicks and deals. That one's down and away. Count full 3-2. Already, Ryan, a much different pace to this game than we had yesterday with Viveros and Cobb. This one struck in the air to center field, both Smith and Barlock there, and Barlock calls for it and makes the grab at center.
Yeah, both pitchers yesterday certainly like to work quickly. Gonna have to check the record book on the amount of time that game was.
It took an hour and 50 minutes, but the 8th and 9th inning took a little longer once some of the Seahawk relievers came in the game, but that game, the first 6 innings took 50 minutes and blew right by. This one fouled off. Both pitchers, Hudson and Lopez, working slower here today than their counterparts yesterday. A 0-1 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Hit in the air. Smith has room out near foul territory, and he makes the grab.
Yeah, right off the bat, I kind of wondered if Smith was going to be able to get over there if that ball was still in play. And even then, there's a slight decline right where Smith caught it. He has to be careful, but he still knew where he was, tracked the ball down, and got the out.
One count here with 2 outs to Welsh. Lopez trying to send us to the bottom of the 2nd. The pitch outside. Count 2-1. That one too low. Count 3-1. 3-1 hit in the air. Again, Smith ranging over to his left. Calls for it. Makes the grab in foul territory. And that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Tied at 1. Arimian, Ciesco, and Barlock due up for Salve. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Colton Aremian takes the ball to start things off for Salve. Here in the bottom of the second. Each team with a run, each team with a hit. Strike there from Hudson, count 1-1. And a light mist now has set in here at Reynolds. Aremian hits this one hard, but it's going to twist foul. Aremian fans on that pitch. And down he goes.
Solid pitch there by Hudson. Just some high heat, and he'll get Aremian to bite.
Ciesco now with one out, no one on. He'll take a pitch outside. Knocked foul again by Ciesco. The pitch. Fouled off. Count 1-2. That one too low. Count 2-2. Ciesco fans on that one. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hudson.
Yeah, this time it's the breaking ball for Hudson. Catches Ciesco off guard as he was throwing a lot of fastballs in that at-bat.
Both Aremian and Ciesco floundering at the plate at that pitch from Hudson. Same pitch, got both of them. Now Barlock getting the start today at center field. Barlock batting .314 on the year. Behind 0-2 here with 2 outs and no one on. The pitch. Cut on and missed. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Hudson. And we head to the third, tied at 1. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Third inning. Lopez back out on the mound for the Seahawks. We went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. Game tied at 1 here. Elimination game for both these teams. On the verge of having their season be over. This one's going to fall into foul territory. No, they're going to say that that's a fair ball down the line. That one just barely fair.
Yeah, Smith was shading towards center field, and the ball just hit right near the line, so a long way to go. That makes for an easy leadoff double.
So a runner in scoring position for Tevenin. Lopez delivers, and showing bunt was Tevenin. He takes a ball instead. Lopez steps off the rubber. The pitch, showing bunt again, is Tevenin. And again, he takes it for a ball.
An interesting decision if they do execute the bunt with no outs. Runners already in scoring position.
Right now, showing he's going to swing. Now he squares to bunt. He lays it down. That'll move the runner over to third. And they're calling him safe. They're calling Tevenin safe. O'Malley was holding first, and the throw came to him. The first base official called Tevenin safe.
Yeah, the throw made O'Malley kind of switch his position with his feet. His right foot was on the bag towards the Scott dugout when he catches the ball, but it looked as though his foot was on the bag. And he also tagged Tevenin, so.
And they changed the call, so it's a sacrifice bunt. And that advances Wiley over to third. So after the officials organize things, there'll be one out, and runner Wiley at third, and Quint at home plate. First pitch from Lopez, and therefore strike. That one outside. Catcher doing a good job to grab it. Count 1-1. One out, runner at third. The pitch. On the ground, grabbed at second. Ciesco will fire to first, but that will score the run.
Yeah, the small ball pays off for the Scots. 2 productive outs will bring in the run thanks to the leadoff double.
So an RBI ground out for Quint. It's 2-1 now, Gordon. With 2 outs. Lopez delivers for a strike to John Lagerfeld, who took Lopez deep in the first inning. This ball skips away from catch. Count 1-1 with 2 outs. That one fanned on. 1-2 count now with 2 outs. The pitch swung on and missed by Lagerfeld. So Lopez gets him back. That ends the inning, but the Scots get a run back on 1 hit. They take a 2-1 lead. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Cicada, Ward, and Ketch due up for Salve. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Ada Pizzelli alongside Ryan Costa bringing you the call here this afternoon. An elimination game in the Commonwealth Coast Conference baseball tournament. Seahawks now trailing again 2-1. Cicada will swing at the first pitch he sees and foul it off. Two runs on 2 hits for Gordon. 1 run on 1 hit for Salve. Cicada watches this one, and it's also a strike. Hudson delivers a breaking ball. In there for a called strike. Nasty looking curveball.
Yeah, Hudson's been going to his breaking ball all day, and so far it's paying off.
Another strikeout for him. Madden Ward now looks to bunt at the first pitch he sees. Instead, he takes a strike. Curveball hit on the ground. That's short. The throw on to first is in time. And there's 2 away.
The ball hit right at Hodge. Plenty of time to set up and throw over to first.
Two outs now for Dylan Ketch. And he takes a strike. That one up and away from Hudson. Count 1-1. That one in there for a strike. Count 1-2. Hudson trying to make this another 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2 on the corner. Outside, count 2-2. Dug out by catch, but lifted foul. That one on the corner. Count 3-2 with 2 outs. Full count now.
Hudson tried to get the breaking ball to fall on the outside part of the plate, but just didn't catch.
Fouled off again by catch. Count stays 3-2. Mist has turned to a light rain. Cloudy, soupy day here at Reynolds. It just doesn't really feel... The atmosphere is pretty subdued for a playoff game. That one hits catch down the ankle. And he will take first.
Now batting, number 22.
I don't know if it's the weather playing a part of that. Everybody pretty much huddled up in the dugouts. Normally, around this time of year, you'd expect it to be bright and sunny. You'd have guys on the outside of the dugout maybe just lying out with a foam roller trying to stay loose, soak up some rays, but everybody huddled in for warmth.
This time of year, you can usually head down to the cliff walk and maybe the beach, but not today.
One strike here with 2 outs to Zach Smith. Dylan Ketch will touch back safely at first base. Breaking ball to Smith. Catches the corner inside. Count 0-2, excuse me. Hudson looking for his 5th strikeout. Trying to get the most dangerous hitter in this Seahawks lineup. He's ahead 0-2. The pitch. Runner goes. The throw bounces into second, and catch is going to be safe. Stolen base for Dylan Ketch, and that puts him in scoring position.
Good jump for catch, but the thing that gets him in safe is the bounce. He's able to sneak in under the tag. His second baseman, Lagerfeld, had to reach up and then try to apply the tag. By that time, Ketch already made it into second base.
1-2 count now to Smith. The pitch. Down in the dirt. Count 2-2. Two count with 2 outs. And number 22, Zach Smith at the plate. Swings at this pitch. Hits it in the air. It's going to fall into center field, and calling for it and making the grab is Wiley, and that ends the Seahawk threat. We head to the 4th inning. Gordon leading 2-1 here. Hodge, Levitt, and Shedelik due up for the Scots. We'll be back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Fourth inning here in Newport. Gordon with the 2-1 lead. Pitch fouled off by Hodge. Count 0-1. Lopez still on the mound for Salve. 2 hits for the Scots, a solo homer, one of them to get their scoring started in the top of the first from Lagerfeld. Breaking ball in there from Lopez. Count 0-2. Lopez delivers a breaking ball. In there for a strike. And down goes Hodge. Second strikeout of the game for Lopez. Lopez delivers here to Levitt. Count even 1-1 with 1 out. Fastball and cut on and missed by Levitt. One, 2 the count, 1 out. No one on for the Scots. The pitch from Lopez. Bounces in to catch. That evens the count at 2. Winner of this game advances in the tournament. Levitt pops this one in the air and right to Barlock in center. And there's 2 down. If Salve wins, they'll play the loser of Western New England and Nichols. If the Scots prevail here today, they'll play the loser between Roger Williams and Endicott. And if the higher seeds prevail in those other games, whoever wins here today will get a chance at revenge. The Scots fell to Endicott yesterday, and the Seahawks lost to Nichols. Bison now facing the defending champion Golden Bears out in Springfield. The pitch. And the count is now 1-1 to Sam Shedelik. That one's cut on and missed. Count 1-2.
Lopez reached back for that fastball. Looked like it had some extra velocity to it.
The pitch. A little high. That one misses as well. Top of the third out in Springfield, and Nichols and Western New England are tied 1-1. Top of the 8th up at Roger Williams, and the Hawks lead 8-3. This one fanned on by Shedelik as well. Another strikeout for Lopez. That ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Gordon still leading 2-1. O'Malley, DeFusco, and Remian due up for Salve. back to Reynolds Field. Bottom of the fourth, O'Malley will lead things off for Salve against Hudson. And he takes a ball. Same breaking ball. This time O'Malley grounds it. A diving stop made and thrown onto first on the hop. They got him. What a stop by Hodge. And then the throw.
A hard hit off of the breaking ball that just hung over the plate. Good patience by O'Malley to stick with it. Drives it right up the middle. But Hodge is there with the dive, the throw, just in time to beat O'Malley.
Hudson delivers high here now to DeFusco. That one just barely nudged foul. Getting just a piece of it. Count 1-1. Knocked foul again by DeFusco. One-two count. Hudson kicks and deals. Up high and in. Count even 2-2. The pitch. That breaking ball misses. Skips off of the catcher. 3-2 count now. DeFusco swings at the 3-2 pitch and lifts it foul. Fouled off again by DeFusco. Battling here in this at-bat. Count still full, 3-2. The pitch from Hudson. Hit in the air. Lifted into a gap, but calling for it is Wiley. And he makes the grab and shallow right center field.
Yeah, good at bat by DeFusco, though. He's able to foul off a lot of pitches, work it to a full count, but it'll still result in and out.
Colton Aremian digs in now against Hudson. And he takes a ball. Count 1-1 now. That pitch on the corner, but called a strike. Close call there. And the Seahawk fans behind the plate don't like that call. Here comes the 1-2. That one just misses. As the rain's picked up a little bit here. Two-two. Lifted in the air, but foul. And drifting out onto Shepherd Ave. Aramian having to really reach down to dig that one out.
Yeah, just trying to protect the plate there. Can't be too careful.
Two-two pitch. Knocked right into the Seahawks dugout. Heads up. Both Defusco and Aramian battling in there at bats. See if it pays off. The 2-2 again. Grounded right to Hodge at short. Long toss on over. And Aramian beat it out.
Good hustle there by Aramian. He wasn't looking at that ball. He's just head down, chugging hard. And I think what helped him was that ball kind of died in the infield grass. That thick grass slowed the ball down just enough for Aramian to get there in time.
That keeps the inning going. Second hit of the game for Salve. They trail 2-1. Here's the pitch to Aramian. That one really far inside. Didn't hit Checo, but made him dodge it. Pitch outside. Count now 2-0. Hudson trying to keep the ball dry, massaging it in his hands and in the glove. That one misses as well. 3-0 the count. The pitch. Inside, but gets the strike call. Count 3-1. That breaking ball catching the plate on its way through. Popped up, but twisting, falling out of play. Another long at bat. Three and 2 the count. The pitch. Ciesco bounces it into right center. Aramian, who was already running, is now going to make the turn. The throw at the plate is going to be close, and he's safe. And now caught in a rundown is Ciesco trying to dive back to the bag, and they got him. But in the scramble, Aramian able to come home. Seahawks tie the game, but we head to the top of the fifth. Welcome back to Reynolds Field, where it continues to rain. First pitch swinging past the dive of Aremian at third. Ward trying to back it up. His throw will be late, and a leadoff single for the right fielder, Mack.
Yeah, that ball kind of hitting no man's land right in between the second and third baseman. And Ward does his best to get over there and at least keep it in the infield, but that's not enough to keep Mack off the base path.
The wind picking up now at Reynolds as well, showing bunt, and laying one down is Welsh, and it's going to roll foul.
Wind is blowing out towards center field, so if somebody gets under a ball, it could carry quite a ways.
Yeah, check on the runner, and he's safe. They'll check on him again. And he dives back safe. Does Mack. He shows bunt. Does Welsh at the plate. Lays it down again, but it's foul. And now he's behind 0-2. That one outside. Count 1-2 now. Lopez again will toss back over, checking on Mack. Really trying to hold him over there at first. Mack does have 7 stolen bases on the year. Fouled off here by Welsh. One-two pitch, lifted in the air. Smith able to get under it and make the grab. And there's one out. So after all that time trying to hold Mack at first, he's eventually gunned down at second, caught stealing. And there's 2 outs now with Willie at the plate. Sorry we lost you there for a minute. Just trying to sort through some technical difficulties with the rain here out at the field.
Rain and wind has certainly made it tricky.
That one in there for a called strike. Willie can't believe it. But we head to the bottom of the fifth. Barlock, Cicada, and Ward due up for Salve. Game tied at 2. Welcome back to rainy and windy Reynolds Field, where we're in the bottom of the fifth, halfway through this elimination playoff game between Salve Regina and Gordon. I'll add cold to the rainy and windy statement as well.
Yeah, certainly dropping in temperature. Believe it or not, I do have a polo on, but
under a couple layers.
Absolutely. Wishful thinking coming here today, but definitely not going to happen.
I left my extra layers at home by mistake, along with my mid-game snack.
At least we got a towel.
Yep. And I know had lunch not too long ago, but I'm going to be missing those cosmic brownies that I left at home. 2-2 the count now to Barlock. Here's the pitch. Chopper too short. Hodge, who's made a couple of great plays, sails this one over to first in time for the out. Cicada now watches this one fall high for a ball. Knocked out of play. In the air, looped into right field and right into the glove of Mack. There's 2 down.
Yeah, Mac took a couple steps in. That ball kept sailing, but he's able to stay in front of it and make the catch.
This one hit into left field and bouncing to the wall, fair. A hard hit for Madden Ward, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double.
2-out double, good piece of hitting. He pokes it right down the line in left field. And this will give a chance for Dylan Ketch to get an RBI and the go-ahead run.
Dylan Ketch at the plate now with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs, trying to break the tie. Ketch will watch this first pitch in there for a ball. Makes contact, but knocks it foul out onto the grounds of Chateau-sur-Mer. One and one the count with 2 outs. Hudson looks back, now delivers, catch, grounds this one. Diving play made at second, and the throw is in time. What a stop by Lagerfeld. And that takes a scoring chance off the board for the Seahawks. We head to the 6th inning, still knotted up at 2. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Game tied at 2 here in the 6th. Tevenen will lead things off for the Scots. Well, once again in a tight game, they were battling neck and neck with Endicott yesterday and then gave up 12 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Another tight game here, knotted at 2. Tevenen fouls this one off. The count is 1-1. 2-1 the count. And that pitch missing as well. Count now 3-1. Lopez kicks and deals. On the ground, right back to Lopez. He'll underhand toss it over to O'Malley for the first out.
Good pitching there by Lopez, and even better reaction as the ball goes right back at him. Nice underhand throw for the first out of the inning. Bullpen still empty for both teams.
I think that's because nobody wants to be out there.
That is for sure, yeah. But both pitchers still going strong as well.
This one hit down the left field line and called fair. It'll just be a single. Good job over there in right field. DeFusco getting over to cover that as it hit the chalk and then rolled into foul territory, backing that up, preventing what could have been a double on the play. Just a single for Daniel Quinn.
Yeah, I wonder if that ball hit the bag. Cicada looked like he struggled with that. He could have had it. He was in front of it as he kind of did a slide, but couldn't hang on to it, so it'll go in the outfield to DeFusco, and the Scots get a loud single.
A little bit of action now in the Seahawk bullpen. Just as we say that nobody wants to be out there. A couple of players looking like they're going to get warm. And the rain continuing to come down in earnest now. Another chopper, but in towards the Seahawks dugout and a foul. Tap foul again. Count 0-2 to Lagerfeld. Now the rain really starting to come down. It had been going back and forth between a mist and a light rain. Starting to pour now. You wonder how long do the officials let this go? And Lagerfeld takes a strike looking.
Yeah, I think the umpires are going to try to play this out for as long as they can. You know, you're in a playoff game. You'd like to see it go 9. Especially in a tight 2-2 ball game.
They're going to check on the runner. And jumping back safely is Quint. 2 outs. Top of the 6th, game tied at 2. That ball's going to get away from catch, and he's not going to be able to make a throw. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Hodge at the plate here for the Scots. The pitch. Breaking ball. Cut on and missed. Sneaking that one past Hodge.
has got a new ball. Now he's ready to deliver the 2-1 count to Hodge. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now.
I'm sure with all these balls getting wet and getting in the mud, there's going to be quite a number of Salve baseballs that wind up in the trash receptacle after this game. This is the kind of day where you go through a ton of balls. Grounded to second. Ciesco has it. Tosses to O'Malley. That ends the inning. And we stay tied at 2. Scott's Dustrand 1. Quint at second. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Knotted up here in Newport. We'll be back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Zach Smith will lead things off for Salve Regina. Some action in the Seahawks bullpen. Brett Wilkes out there warming. One-0 count here to Smith. Hudson delivers. And that one tapped foul by Smith. That breaking ball catches the plate. Count 1-2.
A lot of bend on that breaking ball. Started out way outside.
That one misses down low. Hudson's been able to get that curveball by a number of batters. I wonder how many times through the order it will take Smith to be able to really see it well and get a piece of it. Tried to come back to it there. He fouled it off. Count 2-2. Smith hits this one hard. A rocket, and it's gone! That one got out of here in a hurry.
It's almost like a line drive out of here. Just enough arch to get it out. It just clears the fence as well. But a big home run for the Seahawks to put them up 3-2.
Shot.
Right off the crack of the bat, you could see the right fielder, the left fielder turn. And before he even knew where to move, that ball was gone. A line drive that hit the hill right in front of the parking lot of the Antone Academic Center. Big hit for Zach Smith. It gives the Seahawks the lead. Silver lining, though, for the Scots is that Smith was leading off the inning. No one on the bases in front of him. So, just one run.
Looks like the Scots might be sending someone out to the bullpen.
Hudson gets a strike call here. Count 3-1. To O'Malley. The pitch. Down and away. A walk for O'Malley. DeFusco digs in now for Salve. And action starting, as you said, Ryan, in the pen for the Scots. And the head coach for the Scots is out to conference on the mound. And now they've got head coach Eric Sorella part of the conference as well. I wonder if the coaches are discussing whether or not to halt this game. Usually you would wait until the end of an inning. The coaches are gathered along with the head coach of the Scots. Hudson's still out there.
It's an issue with the mound.
I think it's an issue with the mound. Yeah, Hudson's got a whole big chunk of mud in his cleats. And they're bringing out some quick dry and a rake. So while they patch the field, we will step aside. Welcome back to Reynolds Field, just about set to go. And Ryan, as you said, coincidental, obviously, but probably part of gamesmanship that the complaint about the mound coincides with action starting in the Scots pen, trying to buy a little time here for their relievers to get warm. And I think they're bringing out another bag. And it's one of those things, I guess, once you bring attention to it, now the officials are going to want to make sure that it's done thoroughly and done correct.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd rather do it once, make sure it's good, rather than have to do it over and over and over again.
Well, what's new with you, Ryan, while we're just waiting here for the game to resume?
Yeah, bottom of the sixth inning here. Not quite moving as fast as yesterday, but...
Nope, not at all.
Certainly this slows the game down a little bit.
Yesterday was moving along at like a video game-like pace.
Oh, that's for you. That's where you bring in your PS4 controller.
And they're still raking the mound. And we'll step aside again as they're going to continue to do field work on the infield. Welcome back to Reynolds Field, where they have repaired the mound, and we're ready to go. Hudson to face DeFusco. And that bought a good 5 minutes, if not more than that, for the Scots relievers to warm in the pen. We'll see how long Hudson goes here. O'Malley, after a walk over at first, DeFusco lines this one into the Seahawks dugout. 1-1 the count with no outs, one on here in the bottom of the sixth.
2 bags of Speedy Dry used during that little intermission.
Lined into left field for a base hit by DeFusco. Now there's 2 aboard with no one away.
Good piece of hitting there. It came pretty hard off the bat, but with the wet, thick grass, that ball just slowed right down. It'll be interesting to see if the Seahawks can use the thick, wet grass to their advantage, possibly with a bunt here. 2 runners on, no outs in a 1-run ball game. Wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Especially with, Hudson on this freshly made mound. Make him maybe test fielding from there. Ready for play. Runners at first and second for the Seahawks, no one away. Remian at the plate. Seahawks have taken the lead on a solo home run from Zach Smith. Strike 1 to Aremian. Aramian fans on that one. Count 0-2. 2 on. No one away. The pitch. Cut on and missed by Aramian. For the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Still 2 on. Ciesco at the plate. Hudson delivers. That'll be strike 1.
First pitch fastball right down the middle.
The 0-1. Down on the dirt. Count 1-1. Opportunity here for Salve to try and tack on a couple more runs. 2 on with 1 out. The pitch. Chopped. And it goes foul. I don't know. Plays like that are going to be tough. With the wet infield, a ball that would normally maybe careen into foul territory could get stuck in the wet grass. And everybody just staring at it.
A little small ball in the playoffs. If you need a quick run, like this 1-run ball game, certainly makes bunting a little bit more inviting.
O'Malley at second. DeFusco at first. Ciesco at the plate. Behind 1 and 2. And he knocks it foul. Time called for at the last second. Hudson was looking like he was just ready to deliver that ball and held up. Knocked into the Seahawks dugout, foul. Count still 1 and 2. Seahawks have really been battling against Hudson the last 2 innings. He's up to 109 pitches now. And they've really been making him work for outs here the last few innings. Ciesco knocks it foul once again. One, 2 count, 1 out, 2 on. Seahawks leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Hudson delivers. On the inside for a ball 2. Tedesco will step out of the batter's box. Two count. The pitch, breaking ball up high, and O'Malley diving back to second on a quick throw from behind the plate by Tevenin. O'Malley was leaning like he wanted to try and maybe steal third. Thought better of it and was able to get back in time.
Yeah, big secondary lead there by O'Malley, and Tevenin took note and just wanted to check on him.
The pitch fouled off again by Ciesco. This will be 10 pitches for this at-bat. And 113 now for Hudson. I'm sure they'd love to try and get him through this inning, but that one down in the dirt. And actually, it will load the bases now for Zach Barlock. And the Scots have had plenty of action in the pen, but for right now, head coach Rob Mansfield leaving Hudson out there. And Brett McAllister will now pinch hit for Zach Barlock. We've seen this before. Last time Salve played Gordon, McAllister hit an inside the park home run on a ball that deflected off of center fielder Christian Hodge. Hodge went tumbling over the fence and then left the ball in the field of play, and McAllister was able to round all the bases. And a chance for him here to maybe crack this game open. And now the Seahawk dugout really comes alive. Both these teams have kind of been subdued by the weather. So a pinch hit opportunity here for Brett McAllister. And he will take strike one.
Your breaking ball just gets underneath the letters.
This is a tough ask for Hudson. It was up to 114 pitches. Delivers here on a ball, 1-1. You get a fresh hitter, somebody you haven't seen yet, who's got power. And you got to imagine by now there's some fatigue for Hudson. There has to be. The pitch. 1-2 count.
With the amount of breaking balls he's been throwing today, including that one, has to be a lot more stress on that arm.
Bases loaded, one out. McAllister pinch hitting here at the plate. The pitch. Hit on the ground. Chop to short, and it's going to go off of Hodge. Everyone's safe, and the Seahawks tack on another run.
Yeah, tough hop there. And you got to think the weather had something to do with that. The field conditions are not what they usually are here. That took a vicious hop on Hodge, allowed the runners all to advance over. And that will increase the Seahawk lead to 2.
And then McAllister is going to be pinch run for. And I think out there to take his place, we knew McAllister was not going to replace Barlock in center field. Ethan Lounsbury, number 31, now running at first. And Lounsbury will likely move to the outfield. That's the defensive replacement we were sure to see in the 7th. Bases loaded still with 1 out. And lined into right field by Cicada. Two more runs come in to score, and the Seahawks now are breaking it open on the Scots.
Big at bat there by Cicada. First pitch, he likes what he sees, so he'll slap it into right field. Opposite field, line drive. Good enough to score 2 runs for the Seahawks.
And now the day is done for Hudson. And I'm sure part of that, leaving him in there as long as they did, the senior playing in his final game, should the Scots not prevail here today. Wanted to try and milk every last ounce out of that left arm. But he is going to exit here in the bottom of the 6th after giving up 4 runs. We will now step aside while the Scots make this call to the bullpen. We'll be back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Salve Regina has broken it open a little bit. They lead by 4 runs now. Into pitch, Daniel Ensing, freshman from Barrington, Illinois. And he delivers high to Madden Ward. Seahawks with runners at the corners after a 2-run single from Dustin Cicada. That scored both Ciesco and Defusco. Two 2-0 the count now. This one hit in the air, but foul. 2-1 the count now to Ward. Still here in the bottom of the 6th. Seahawks already with 4 runs in the frame. Looped into center field. That'll be another base hit. Coming in to score from third is Lounsbury. And now it's 7-2.
Yeah, you could hear it right off the bat. It comes from the very end of the bat, but Ward able to lift it just enough to bloop it into shallow right field, and that'll give him an RBI.
I want to know the count to Dylan Ketch. It's a similar story for the Scots to what happened to them yesterday. They were right in it against the Gulls. Right now it's 5 runs in the inning for Salve. Ketch pops this one up. Another little awkward spot. And this time Willie comes in and makes the grab, calling off Hodge for the second out.
I was wondering if the umpires are going to call an infield fly rule on that one. Ball doesn't necessarily have to be in the infield for that, but I guess the ball was just deep enough where it wasn't considered a routine catch. Either way, the batter will go down, and we move to 2 outs on the inning.
And back to the plate is Zach Smith, whose solo home run broke our 2-2 tie this inning. And he takes a strike from Ensing. Pitch outside, count 1-1. Down in the dirt. Good block by Tevenen. Count 2-1. Smith lines it into left field. That'll score another run, and Smith will wind up at second base.
Yeah, Smith gets good contact on this one. That ball finds its way on the ground into left field. Fair Levitt kind of bobbled it a little bit. That allowed Smith to move up an extra base.
Six runs now in the inning. Seahawks batting around the order here in this frame. They've broken it open 8-2. Runners at second and third now for Salve with 2 outs. That one down low. Count 2-1. Ensing delivers. O'Malley chops it to second. Time to throw on to first. And that'll end the inning. But the Seahawks do their damage. 6 runs in the inning, and they have broken it open here in this elimination game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. We head to the top of the 7th. Levitt, Shedelik, and Mack do up for the Scots. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Levitt begins the inning with a ground rule double. Lopez still out there for Salve. I want to bring you the scores from the other games in the conference. Roger Williams holds serve against Endicott in Game 5 of the tournament. 8-5 the final up in Bristol. Meanwhile, top of the 8th out in Springfield, Nichols leading Western New England 2-1. Seahawks leading here 8-2. Seahawks will play the loser of that Nichols Western New England game. This one flown out to right field, and Smith makes the grab and quickly guns it in to Madden Ward.
And Nichols' score is surprising. Back-to-back days are playing, and both on the road as the lower seed.
Yeah, I don't think many would have picked Salve and Western New England to be meeting in the losers bracket of the tournament. But that could be the case. Hey, it's a whole new year once the playoffs start. Nichols came here and got swept 9 days ago, and then came here yesterday and got a 9-1 victory. Short-term memory. Ward guns on to O'Malley. 2 down now.
Good play by Ward there. He's very deep, almost on the outfield grass. Has to hustle and throw on the run just to get the throw in time. On
the ground, Ciesco vacuums it and fires to O'Malley. Very quick top of the 7th for the Scots. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Salve in control, leading 8-2. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Bottom of the 7th, Mike DeFusco will lead things off for the Seahawks versus Mark Gadaletta. A leader in strikeouts for the Scots coming into today. He had 34 on the season. And he delivers a ball here to start things off to DeFusco. I mentioned to you that 2-1 score out in Springfield. Nichols leading Western New England. Robert Cobb, who only had to throw 67 pitches here yesterday, is in the game for the Bison. So we talked yesterday, Ryan, about them taking him out for the 9th. Wanted to preserve his stuff. You know, I'm sure he planned to throw close to 100 pitches maybe yesterday, and obviously came up well short of that in a productive outing. So able to go back to a dominant arm and back-to-back days.
Yeah, Cobb's efficiency got the Bison through that game, and right now they're leaning on him in a tight one there.
Seahawks have broken this game open. 3-1 count now. Popped up. In an awkward spot, twisting in the wind, and finally at second, Lagerfeld able to drift back and make the grab.
Yeah, there's plenty of candidates for the Scot to come up with that catch. It ends up being Lagerfeld.
Aremian with one out. That one down and away. Another one bouncing in from Gadaletta. Count 2-1. That one, the bat just left the hands of Aremian and hit his teammate on the on-deck circle.
Scary situation there. I think he got out of the way, though. It was a quick reaction.
Well, the rain has stopped, but it is still slick out there. Ramian fouls this one off down the right field line. Especially with, any bat, that's going to be dangerous, but an aluminum bat with speed. Good awareness there by, I think that's Ciesco in the on-deck circle. Hit in the air, down the left field line, and a sliding grab is made out there in left field by Levitt.
Yeah, I think Levitt kind of had to wait to see where this ball was going to go. It went high up in the air, difficult to track. It ends up falling a little bit short. So Levitt has to go into a slide in order to secure the ball. And the wind has certainly gone down from earlier. I wonder if the ball would have gone a little bit farther, maybe towards the fences, had it been blowing earlier like it was.
Ciesco fans on that pitch. Cataletta delivers a breaking ball. Count 2-1. Ciesco fans on that pitch, evening the count at 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Lifted in the air. Levitt barely has to move. It's hit right to him. And that ends the inning. We head to the top of the 8th. Willie Tevenen and Quint due up for the Scots, who trail by 6. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Willie leads off here for the Scots. Lopez staying out there for Salve. And obviously with a lot of wiggle room now and a 6-run lead. And he delivers a strike here to start things off. Catch out to Chat with Lopez. Five strikeouts in the game for Lopez. 3 of them have been looking. He's given up 5 hits and the 2 runs, both earned. Zach Smith 3 for 4 in the game. 2 runs batted in, including a solo homer that right now is the difference in the game that sparked that run in the 6th inning. Game was tied at 2. Smith gave the Seahawks a 3-2 lead, and they were able to tack on 5 more runs in that frame. Breaking ball from Lopez outside. Count 2-1 to Willie. Little looper right out to Lounsbury, and he makes the grab.
Good catch there off of a line drive into center field. Willie got a good piece of it, but just got under it a little bit too much.
Ball just missed. Ball 1 to the catcher, Tevenen. Lopez kicks and deals. This one chopped toward. He gathers and fires for the out. Two down here in the top of the 8th. Quint back to the top of the order for the Scots. Lopez delivers. Ball 1 to Quint. Fouled off. Count will be 1-1. Again, chopped to short, tossed over to O'Malley. He has to reach up, grab it, and then toe tap the bag. He's able to do so, and that ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Seahawks due up, leading 8-2. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Ryan Costa bringing you the call of this game. Lounsbury will lead off for Salve against Gadaletta. Here comes the 1-0. Chopped on the ground, grabbed by Lagerfeld, tossed to first, and there's one gone.
It's not one.
Cicada, who's got one hit in the game, 1 for 3. He's also driven in 2 runs. He's also struck out. Here's a pitch. That one in there for a strike. Count 1-1. Outside, count 2-1.
Sorry.
That one on the corner inside. Evens the count at 2. Breaking ball. Chop past the glove of Gadaletta, but grabbed by Lagerfeld. And then out at first is Cicada.
Lagerfeld's been busy this inning. Second ground ball right at him. And 2 quick outs for Gadaletta.
Well, no matter what happens in the Western New England Nichols game, the Seahawks will be heading up to Springfield tomorrow. The remaining games in this pod will be played there. Ward, top of the order now for Salve, fouls off the first pitch he sees. That game is tied now, 2-2. Bases loaded, no outs for the Golden Bears in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball misses low. Fouled off the end of the bat. Count 1-2. Salve softball today. Won 7-0 over Nichols earlier this morning, and right now leads 4-0 over Gordon in the bottom of the 4th. A lot of postseason action and shuffling around today in the CCC. A lot of games going on. And a lot of different venues. Weather's played a big part of that. Home games have become road games. Two count with 2 outs. The pitch. Bouncing in to the catcher Tevenen. Count now full 3-2 from Adam Ward. He lines this breaking ball out of play.
He's all over that, but just a little too early.
That ball misses, so a walk will continue the inning.
Now batting, number 14.
Dylan Ketch will dig in now. 2 outs, 1 on. Seahawks leading 8-2. Trying to wrap up this game eliminating the Scots in the process. It was a tight game. Gordon took a 1-0 lead right off the bat on a solo shot from John Lagerfeld off Zach Lopez, who gave up one more run. Here goes Ward trying to steal second, and he's going to be in there safe.
A good jump plus a high throw will give Ward the bad very easily.
We were tied 2-2. 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th. That's the difference right now. And here goes Ward taking off for third. I guess why not?
Yeah, Ward was moving before Gotta even wound up there.
Now let's see him steal the next 90 feet. Breaking ball to the plate. Misses outside. Count 2-1 now to catch with 2 outs. And Ward, who drew a walk, has then maneuvered his way around the base paths to third base. The pitch. Hit in the air. Looped out to center field. Moving back and making the grab on the fly is Willie. That ends the inning, but we head to the top of the 9th. Scots down to their final outs. Lagerfeld, Hodge, and Levitt will try and keep the Scots season alive. We'll be back.
Music compilation.
Welcome back to Reynolds Field. Salve Regina leading 8-2 over Gordon, trying to eliminate the Scots. Grounder too short, throw onto O'Malley. And there's one away. Seahawks trying to punch their ticket to go face Nichols and get some revenge. The Bison and Golden Bears have been tied 2-2, but now they trail 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th versus Western New England. That one trending towards a Golden Bears win, which would be in comeback fashion. Fly ball, but out of play here from Hodge. And Lopez trying to go the distance in this game.
And he's earned it. 2 runs given up. He's had a solid day on the mound.
It'd be his first collegiate win. And he gets a strikeout here. 2 gone. Scots down to their final out. Lopez has made 8 appearances, 0-3 in those decisions. Trying to pick up his first collegiate win and do so here in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a big spot in an elimination game. Freshman steps up and 1 out away, as you said, from going the distance.
And really, especially being a freshman, being homered off of in the top of the first and then coming back and responding.
He settled right in after that.
Count 1-1 now with 2 outs.
And after that, really, he just gave up the double. It was just small ball for the Scots after that.
On the ground, hard hit. Ward stumbles for a moment, sails it too high over the glove of O'Malley. That'll bounce out of play. It comes ricocheting right back in. That one may have gone off a tree.
Maybe the stone wall as well, but you could tell Ward kind of stumbled. He slid back a little bit before he threw it. So maybe he couldn't quite get the proper footwork down to send that ball over to first.
And they're going to charge Ward with the error. They're on the errant throw. So that continues the game. Shedelik now to face Lopez. He's behind 0-1. Oh, 0-2 the count now. Scots down to their final strike. Salve trying to eliminate the Scots and pick up their first playoff victory of the season. The pitch. Just missing high from Lopez. One and 2 the count with 2 outs. Pitch. Fouled off. Count still 1-2 with 2 outs. Seahawks leading 8-2. The 1-2 from Lopez. Knocked foul once again. Lopez delivers the 1-2. On the ground, grabbed at third. They'll take the easy throw over to second, and that ends the game. The Seahawks do what they need to do. It wasn't necessarily pretty, and it wasn't a pretty day, but a win is a win is a win, and the Seahawks stay alive in the postseason.
Yeah, they're moving on. And thanks to Lopez, took a while for the bats to get going for either side, but the Seahawks finally came through in the 6th inning. Thanks to Zach Smith, a solo home run got things going, and the Seahawks put up a 6th spot in the 6th inning in order to take this ball game, and they will go up to Springfield tomorrow to face the winner of Nichols and Western New England.
Actually, they'll face the loser, and right now, Western New England has taken a 6-2 lead over Nichols, so it's looking like the Seahawks will get the rematch with the Bison tomorrow up in Springfield. For Gordon, their season comes to a close. They fall to 10-28 on the year. Salve improves to 22-15, and they are moving on. Still alive here in the Commonwealth Coast Conference baseball tournament. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew. Grace Murphy was your producer here today. Camera operator Logan Marsh. Live stats provided for this game by Tyler Benjamin. And I'd like to thank Ryan Yu for joining me on the broadcast.
Always a pleasure.
Once again, your final here today, Salve Regina defeats Gordon 8-2 to eliminate the Scots and advance in the Commonwealth Coast Conference Tournament. I am Andy Pizzelli. Have a good night, everyone.